Our second film for the week is Jobs.
These are state of the art. Nobody's making anything like this.
All right, okay.
Welcome to Apple Computer.
Is this everything?
Startup.
I thought Jobs was your typical movie/TV movie, which it could have might as well been of the week. And it was a quintessential example of if you look the role, it sure as shit doesn't mean you can play the role. And man, let me just say, Ashton Kutcher, once a model, always a model. This movie fucking sucked. Fuck Jobs.
Fuck you too!
First of all, I bought Ashton as Jobs. I think he certainly looks like him, but I
Really?
I like him in the way that I like Justin Timberlake in Social Network, where he's cast very nicely.
But that was catered to him. This wasn't catered to
This is catered to him as well.
No, it wasn't.
No, I know. It's catered to him because you were supposed to come in with that Ashtonness and so forth. But he's kind of playing it. He's kind of playing it.
Is not Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah, I don't think you can really make that.
I'd like to introduce you to the iPod.
It was, you know, a hodgepodge. It didn't just follow, like, this is a biography, this is a life story, this is how it goes. The board of director things and whatever, just kind of knowing the corporate structure. I mean, that's a very rare circumstance where it's like, this is your baby. There are people that are founders and they leave. I mean, Groupon CEO, same thing, except he sucked. You know, he did. I mean, he's
I know. I have friends who work for him.
So the thing is that coming back and being like, I mean, this company was left for dead. It's very rare that just all of a sudden they become the leader in a matter of 4 or 5 years in technology, and everybody just looks upon it's because of him. And you look at since his death how stagnant they are, and they're just releasing a bigger iPhone or a better display or a smaller, just wow, where's he in it? Like they're not.
But I don't think the movie succeeds in getting that across, really.
Yes. Okay, go Heather.
It just shows how much of a leader he was.
I don't
such
think
a
it does.
strong personality.
All right. My issue with this movie is mainly that it feels like a checklist of Apple history rather than a portrait of Steve Jobs, the person. Like you were saying, you don't like how it didn't get bogged down. You liked how it didn't get bogged down by personal shit.
Yeah.
I missed the personal shit. I kind
I think
of
you
felt
get
like
enough though. That's what I mean.
But that
you
was
barely
his
get
life.
anything.
But that should have been really the
But it
heart
wasn't
of
his
the
whole
story.
life. There were 10 years of
That's
his
why
life.
the
doesn't have
social
to be.
network work was because you saw
You knew
how
who Mark
But you
Zuckerberg
don't
was.
know. But you don't know about his background and so forth. He's more. It's a reflection upon his work.
gives a
Just
shit
like
about the business?
just like
We
in
want to know
Jobs,
the
his
person.
personal
That's
life
what
is
I
a
don't
reflection
care
of his
about
work.
how
But
Apple
the
got
guy
started.
was all business. There isn't, like, they're not going to
No,
have a
the
scene
whole
with,
point
like,
of the movie
All right,
is
for
to know a
example, for
person.
Okay, it's
example,
great.
all right, for example,
Heather.
her review.
at
Heather,
the very
go.
beginning, he has an offhand comment about how can my parents just leave me like this, my birth parents.
Yeah.
They never really tied that into his issues with his birth daughter.
Yes.
And they never really tied into. I know later in his life he learned about his parents. They basically never bring it up again.
Maybe it's not important for this, but
you
this
learn-
is trying to go. About
But you
the
learn
same
nothing about his personal
Parents had
life.
nothing
Even
to
the things
do.
you do
They
learn
didn't
about,
have
like his
iPods.
relationship with Wozniak.
Yeah.
He just disappears from the movie.
I'm leaving Apple. For good. Actually, I already did. I thought I should come back and tell you first.
Why?
Yeah.
And they never really
He gets
address.
pushed away because of his personal and business
Yeah, but they
life.
never address how he feels about this. They never get into
Wait,
Jobs'
you don't
headspace.
You don't the scene afterward when he's like driving and screaming and so forth.
That was a
Like,
2-second
Yeah,
scene.
no, not to mention there's a million of those scenes. A million of them. Where he's just
Exactly.
driving and he's like, I'm angry. Because it was like a fucking go-to for the fucking director.
Exactly.
I'm gonna fucking kick your fucking ass.
The thing about this movie is it really felt like a checklist rather than a film. I thought Ashton
the
Kutcher
point
actually
across.
did a decent job, but the script really didn't let him get into Jobs' headspace. He was basically only able to do a Jobs impression
The
with
guy
the
was
physical
all
stuff.
business.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
guess
thing.
that is
And he
something.
was very emotionless.
No, he wasn't. Have you heard the guy in interviews?
The only problem with Microsoft is they just have no taste. They have absolutely no taste. And what that means is I don't mean that in a small way. I mean that in a big way.
I'm talking about personal life and giving a shit about people.
No, he was a very
He clearly
complicated
didn't because
man.
he had all of these. Like again, he reconnected with his birth family. He reconnected with his sister. He never knew he had. They don't address
Exactly.
anything.
We don't
It was
need.
like a
We
Disney
don't
movie.
need that.
Something
Yes,
happens.
you
I
do.
disagree
No.
strongly.
Yes,
You
you
absolutely
do. If
need
you
that.
want to build an
You don't know about
interesting
You can't
Zuckerberg's
understand the
family in
business
the
without
social
understanding
network.
the man, and this movie does
don't-
not let you understand the
If
man
you want
at
to build
all.
an interesting character,
If you don't have a
you
family
need to
life,
have that.
why talk about
Why
it?
He
talk
had
about-
a family life.
Okay, but also, what if that would be? Such
Yeah, and
that
when they
would
cut
be-
to his family
that would
life,
be
they just
such
didn't
a
even address
diversion.
it.
Because he
just
didn't
was
give a
there.
shit.
That would be such a. That's
Yeah,
not
the
important.
director didn't give a shit.
I disagree. I think it's.
And
I
Ashton
think
Kutcher
it's
was too
essential.
stoned to realize.
I think that would be a diversion. That would
This
be
was
like
a movie about meetings.
And then there's a scene when Jobs meets his parents. They run to each other and so
No,
forth.
I'm not
that would
saying
be a
it has
total
to be
diversion. That's a
saccharine.
Color
No,
Purple
no,
moment.
no,
No, that doesn't
no,
have to be
no,
saccharine.
no.
You just
By
have
the way,
to get into
diversion's
his
not
head.
here right now.
No, you just have to get into his
Right,
head a little
big
bit.
on Earth. I thought the color purple is like about a top of a penis.
Oh,
Damn it.
Jesus.
You look around and you see the great products, but a lot of times people fail to look and go, well, who is responsible for a part of your everyday world? And this is his story.
We're gonna give to our verdicts.
The people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do.
It's split on Jobs. So, see it or don't see it. I don't know. Either way, in my opinion, you're gonna waste $10 and 20 plus parking if you're in the city.
Go see
What the
Jobs.
fuck are you doing?
Jobs.
All right,
Jobs.
And he drove everywhere.
we don't know why he did
Obviously,
it.
the
He
car
literally-
drove.
Police was